restarting the live stream right now.
Right. The rest of our family is not there yet. I just need to interject about the sidebar because it's very distracting.
Oh, senor. Here we go. I think we're waiting for everybody to come back in, but we should be live now. Oh, senor, I'm hoping though that you can talk a little bit when we get to the pictures about your band. Because I was asking, but my Sinzugi Facebook pogo, where did people buy records in the 60s? Like at this time in the 60s, where did people buy records? But we'll get to that. We'll get to that in a second. Okay, here we go. We are just about to get started. Let me just share the link with Bobby and with others. And then while we wait for the others to rejoin the room, dispensa everyone. We've had some technical difficulties this morning, but we are just about to get started. And again, here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's what we
Here we
want.
go. Hey, Maulik. Okay.
Maulik.
Oh, here we go. We're just about to get started. Half a day, Hamzu todos. Guau si Michael Luhan Bavakwa and Guau host Midzutalo Palestina episode Fanatsu. My name is Michael Luhan Bavakwa and I'm the host once again for this episode of Fanatsu. And you know, this is a very, very, very special episode, especially for those of you who remember Guam from back in the day. For those of you who were there in Guam in the post-war years, the 1950s, 1960s, but those of you who have heard stories about that time, rebuilding after typhoons, rebuilding after the war, when Guam was smaller, when it was quieter, but it was starting to modernize, starting to grow, starting to evolve. And so I'm very excited for this episode that we get to share with you hundreds of images of life in the village of Dededo in 1963, 1964. And these images come courtesy of a U.S. Navy sailor, John A. Kurtz, who is now an artist, who was stationed on Guam, befriended the Benavente, the Eloy Benavente family of the village of Dededo, and took pictures of them, their family members, life in the village, rebuilding after typhoons, fandangos, weddings, for holy communions, all sorts of stuff. And so I'm very excited that John is able to join with us today, as well as some members of the Benavente family, as we look at these images and we look back at Guam in the 60s, and we remember that time and remember the people. And so, Sidus Masinu, Nuhamzu Todos, Purifanaptamizu, thank you all for joining today. I want to give John first the chance. John, go ahead, put for bud, if you don't mind, introduce yourself.
There you go.
Thanks.
Hello, I'm John Kurtz. I think you did the introduction for me. I was in the Navy in 1962, stationed on Guam as a photographer, and I had the opportunity to meet with Diana Benavente, and we became very good friends. And through her, I met her family, who lived in Dededo village. I carried a camera with me all the time, and I took a lot of pictures, over 270 as I've counted. And so I'm delighted that the Guam Museum has taken these photographs. They love them and want to show them to the people. So I'm just tickled pink for this. And I don't know what else.
That's good.
I don't know what else. I don't know what else can I say.
That's good to get us started. And now let's talk to the Benavente family that has joined us. And so who we have here, and we can go oldest to youngest because that's the Chamorro way, oldest to youngest. And so go ahead and introduce yourself. These are Hagåtña si Diana.
I'm Julie
These are the
Benavente
siblings.
Flores.
Oh, por favor, go ahead, Senora Dispensa.
Oh, I'm a sister of the late our sister Diana Benavente. I'm her sister, Julie Benavente Flores. Yeah, and then Roman will be the next one.
Thank you. My name is Roman or Roman Benavente. I live in Maricopa, Arizona.
Si Diyos masi.
Dorothy?
I'm Dorothy May. We have a brother named Joseph. He goes by Piling or Boring, but I can't seem to connect with him. So we have a brother older than me, in between myself and Roman. His name is Joseph. I'm Dorothy May. That's my first name. And I met John when I was going on 12, I believe, John Kurtz. And he was an integral part of our family life back then in 63, 64. He was extremely fond of our family, and I'm grateful to him for all the photographs that he took over those 2 years. I just want you to know, John, that I'm forever grateful to you, because that has put us in a very sentimental, if not emotional mood, but a very good one at that. And we thank you.
Oh, thank you, Dorothy May. Thank you.
Diyos masi. And Francisco, Senor.
Okay. My name is Francisco Leon Guerrero Benavente. And 1963 and 1964, I was 10 going on 11 years old. So I saw the pictures that John posted, and I'm very grateful, John, that you were able to take pictures back then, and even able to share it with us and the rest of the family in Guam.
My pleasure.
All right, si Diyos masi to all of you. And please, if you have any questions, if you have any comments, we're going to start looking at the images now. But if you have anything, please chime in, ask any questions. Mega Finaisenhu, I have lots of questions too. But here we go. Let's get started. And so John, as he said, took 270 images. We're not going to look at all of them, but they're divided into different themes. And so let's start now with a fandango. And so I'm wondering if the children, if you don't mind introducing Hagåtña Caballero, who is this person here in this image?
The one on the screen is our dad, Eloy Kichetsu Benavente. Eloy was a school principal. I think in 63, he was the school principal of the elementary school in Jigo.
Hongan. And so this is from a family fandango, a party. And so John, why don't you tell us about, I think, John, I think you recognize this man right here.
That's me. That's me with Diana. I don't know what the fandango was all about. I guess there were probably many reasons for having a fandango. So, but I recall quite a few of them back then. This particular one, I don't know, but I was quite active in it and took a lot of pictures. I invited some friends of mine, some Guamanian friends that I had that did not live in this village. I invited to this party also, and they were surprised that I knew other people that lived in the island. So it was interesting. All the pictures are black and white.
Oh, by the way,
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
Senora, go ahead.
the other couple that was dancing next to John and Diana, the previous one, that's me. And the other couple, and my
Right.
boyfriend and my husband now. That was
Right,
my
that-
husband.
yeah.
That's my back.
Hey, congratulations, Senora. Congratulations.
Thank you. Hey, 58 years of marriage.
Wow.
Biba.
for you.
Biba.
Oh,
And don't forget, John, you took wedding pictures of my sister Julie
Yeah.
and her dad,
I don't
you know.
I don't
husband.
have any of those pictures.
I
She
have
does.
them.
She has the whole album.
Well, you're going to have to share that with me. I don't recall
Right.
that.
I have to convince my son because I'm not that computer literate when it comes to the for doing it
Digital.
digitally. I'm not, you know.
Talk to somebody
So,
younger.
I'm trying to.
Yes.
Talk to somebody younger.
But I can bring the album now. Well, that's okay. I'll tell him. Anyway, getting to the next one.
Again, who
That's
are
my
so-
brother John, the one with holding the stick. I think he's trying to make a fire with
no, that is a drumstick. He plays the drums.
the far left. The
Stick.
is
It
that
looks like
really?
drumsticks.
Mm,
Yes.
Okay. I thought probably that it looks like he's trying to make fire on some kind of. Okay,
I think he's always playing with the drumstick.
I see. Because he's a drummer, a singer, everything else. Yeah. And the one behind John is our friend. They call him Boy Tass. He's from Barrigada. And the other dude, that's Galo Chargwala, the third one.
Folding his hands?
Yes,
Right.
yes. That's Galo Chargwala. And that's Ben Cruz next to Galo. And that's me, with my back. Again, my back.
With the famous hairdo back then.
Yeah. The French twist and tease at the time too.
Senora,
Yes.
¿cuántos años Augusti? How old are you in this picture?
I think I was 17,
17, I think.
probably.
Yeah. Most likely 17.
17,
And so,
maybe.
si Diana y Masamko, Gimenyat,
Hunggan.
Hunggan.
Pues Eloy's the second one. Pues si John, the drummer on the side.
Pues Guiza.
Pues Guahu.
Pues si Roman.
Pues si Joseph.
Pues Guahu.
Pues si Francisco.
Pues si Peter.
No, Martay, nice.
Ah.
Talamigay man Martay. A lot of them.
Loguina tiempo la si Peter.
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Si Diyos masin.
Oh.
We were just mentioning drumsticks and music, and so there's several images of a band playing, and I think Senor Roman, this is your band?
Yes, if I recall, I was probably 15 or 16 at the time. On the left, to my
Yeah. Sounds
to
right.
your right, my left is John Santos and his brother Jose Santos, and we were called the
Jaime.
Highlight back then. And
Roman,
what's
do you
missing
still
on that
play?
is our drummer at the time is Ronald San Nicolas, or Ronnie. That's Bobby's brother. Was our drummer at the time.
Ah,
On another picture, I think they showed Ronnie on one of the pictures, that one of the 270 odd photos that John provided.
yes, there's some more band pictures, so we'll get to them soon.
Right.
This is Diana, correct?
Diana.
Marie. Mhm.
Yes.
And so let's actually, so John, you were dating Diana at the time, correct? Because you have you have a bunch of images of her and her family, and her children actually, including some which are very
Look at that.
very dramatic, like sort of model shoots.
Yeah, Jay.
Diana was
Okay,
Diana
John,
was very
truth and
photogenic.
only the truth.
She was very photogenic. Yeah, I took a lot of pictures of her.
Oh, but then you also, so here, this is in sort of your portrait section. And so you have
Right.
several of Diana, but then you also have of some of the neighbors, and then
There's Julie.
This also looks familiar. Kelling familiar, Estina Palawan.
El kulan na.
Guapo.
Lo alam mo.
Julie,
That's me.
I know. Wow.
that's my sister Julie right next to me. That's Julie.
I'm surprised he didn't become a model.
Thank you.
There she is, the hottie. Hey,
Yeah.
oops.
Oops.
The hat was just sitting
Look at
around there that day.
Look at that with the hat.
Look at those eyes, man.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
Oh, cousin Jessie Leon Guerrero.
Oh, so Jessie.
Jessie.
Younger
Yeah,
girl.
married to-
Yeah.
Oh, and this says friend of Julie's.
That's
Oh,
that's
yes,
our
that's my
neighbor.
Marie.
That is
Cruz.
Maria Hagåtña Cruz and my goddaughter, Christine Ramos, and now she's Taitagui, married to Taitagui. Christine is the baby. She's my
Maria,
goddaughter.
Maria and Julia are one and inseparable.
That's
There she
Maria again, my best friend actually, and my goddaughter Christine, and that's me
again.
again.
Look at those eyes.
What, Dorothy?
Oh,
Oh.
Dorothy May.
I think I recognize that young lady.
Yeah,
I think she was about 11 and a half at that. That's Dorothy May, yours truly.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And so how old were you? You said 11, maybe 11 years old? Senora Dorothy, how you
About
said you're
11 and a
11 years
half,
old?
11. Maybe not older than 12.
Wow.
Between 11 and a
Oh.
half and 12. I'm not certain when
Ooh.
that was taken, but it couldn't be older than 12.
Oh, look at Diana.
There's Diana Marie with
Sharon
twins,
Christine, James Michael,
Michael and
and
Maria.
This was inside the tent,
Yes.
Yep.
the penthouse.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I remember that very distinctly.
Uh-huh. I should have sent my-
And so I would like to know, so I know that Diana has passed away. She
Oh,
passed
yes,
away.
yes.
And so can you, she
Yes,
features so
Diana.
prominently and looks so elegant and so beautiful in so many of these pictures. And so can you, for those, John or the
Thank
family,
you.
can you just tell us more about her? She seems like a very strong, confident Chamorro woman at that time. But what can you tell us about her?
I'll let John say.
Well, I like to say she had a great sense of humor. She was lots of fun to be with. We had a good time. She showed me around the island a lot, and of course introduced me to the family, and brought me within the family. You know, so that through her I was accepted. I enjoyed her company. So.
Good. Would anyone else please tell us
Yeah.
more about her?
When you finish, I'll piggyback after you, Julie.
I'm sorry,
I will piggyback after you make your remarks.
oh,
About Diana.
well, I know that. Well, about Diana.
Well, she's thinking
Yeah,
I'll go and do mine then because she's
I
still
know.
thinking.
I know that she worked for the government of Guam, the governor's office, and that she was very active in politics. And I know of an incident where she went canvassing and She went house to house, sending giving people flyers, and she got bitten by a dog because of that. I remember that. But yes, she was very active in the political world. Yeah.
Well, my take on my sister
And
was
she
that
thought
other than her, I'm sorry, Julie. Let me know when you're finished.
she thought she was a teacher before. Yeah, go ahead. She was a teacher before she got into.
Diana is a very independent. In my eyes, she was probably years ahead of her peers back then in Guam, based on our culture and tradition. So she's like a, what do you call this? She paved the way for many of her peers, and she was right in time with the folks in the mainland. She sacrificed a lot. She went to college. Most of her work was questioned by her professors because they didn't think that it came from a local girl. And she did all her interviews for her papers by interviewing the uncle. Diana graduated with an English and journalism major. She also worked as a school teacher, but then she had other plans, and she joined the political scene in Guam, starting first with Carl Guterres when he was a senator, then from there to Bordalio as a special assistant, and she was part of I think the Gura. So she's very, very good with them and uncle. They love her dearly.
Yeah.
She knows how to work the room and get them and uncle involved. So, and like I said, she sacrificed a lot. She actually kind of raised us because our mom was sick back in the year 54. So she was like our second mother as well. That's my take on my sister. We miss her dearly.
Si Dios masi, señor. Does anyone else have anything to add? It's wonderful to hear more about her, and especially that she was somebody who was, you can see from the pictures that she seems very strong-willed, very independent-minded, and it's very touching to hear from her family that what you see in the pictures is real, is true.
Yes, she had a lot of energy, that woman.
Oh,
yes.
The one thing I might add was the fact that a lot of our Chamorro boys are somewhat intimidated by her, and that's why she has a lot of boyfriends that are Hollies or the Americanos, and that's the truth. They feel very intimidated because she's so much smarter than her peers that are trying to court her or something.
That's
true. Yeah.
Señor. Let's look at some other pictures from the family.
This is Joseph, our brother.
Okay, so that's
Joseph.
not Roman. I have
He's
it
still
marked
there.
as Roman.
Guam.
This is
That's not-
Mom.
Yeah, George's a lot more handsome than me.
Roman.
And I have that one.
John.
I have that one mislabeled too. I thought his name was Bill.
We're having problems with hearing you.
Hello, are you able
It's
to?
kind of sounding bang, bang, bang as you talk.
It must be your internet connection or your provider.
No, my internet is high. It's behind me. It's right. I'm not right next to the router. So, yeah, it should be okay.
Is it better now, Mas Maulik Pago? Is it better now, Senora? Here, okay, Maulik. Let's look at some other pictures. So these are images from a wedding. Oh, and here's more band pictures, by the way.
Yes.
And so actually
Magaitsi Roman.
Yes.
to any
Oh,
of
I had
you,
a lot of hair back then.
oh yes.
That might have been my wedding, with I remember the coconut that's hanging.
You didn't get married? No, that looked like Sibencano's wedding.
Oh, that's Ben's. Oh, okay. All right. Okay,
And
Well,
Guadalupe
that's
Cruz.
Yeah.
that's Ben's.
That's
Okay,
the wedding
Our
couple.
first cousin,
okay.
yeah.
All right, that's Ben.
Who
And
is this? Who is
Guadalupe-
this couple? Ben and Guadalupe? you said?
Vicente
Yeah.
Cruz, Benavente Cruz, and Guadalupe Leon Guerrero from Chico. She was a registered nurse.
Were they related to the Benavente?
Yes, yeah, because Ben's mother is my dad's sister.
I see.
So the groom is our first cousin, Professor.
Okay.
And that's
So right-
Ben's parents, si Don Antonio Cruz
What was
and
that,
si
Malcolm?
Antitona Antonia Kichitsu Benavente.
The gentleman on the left, I rented a small shack from him.
Oh,
Yes, he does
He was-
have
he was-
one next to his house.
oh, you rented it.
And later on, that place was built up after the typhoon and became Elsie's store.
Right, it was right near Elsie's, yes.
Right,
And I
and then,
worked in that store. I worked in that store one summer to earn some money to buy clothes.
And that's where she met her now husband.
Oh, yes. If not for that, I wouldn't have met him.
that's when you met the,
Let me show you the picture of the hut that I rented. I don't know
Okay.
if you can, do you remember this place?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I remember that distinctly.
Wow.
that used to be Tante Teresa's place where Antilana used to live with her family back in the 50s.
Right.
Yeah. See, his place was right next to Elsie's, I believe, and then this was right
Right.
next to
Right.
his
My,
place.
my grandparents lived right next to the Elsie's store.
Okay.
That's
okay,
their place.
Okay.
Dispensa, do we have a question from somebody who's watching, and they're asking, do you remember where this wedding took place?
It's in
So-
Dededo.
Or but where in the village? So I think they're from
I-
Dededo,
yeah.
and they recognize it, or they might know where it is. They're
It's
That
by
looks like the
Elsie's
side
store.
of Elsie's store because there's a cement, looks like a cement building on the background.
Yeah.
That must be Elsie's store.
Yeah, right,
Oh, on the side of the
Sure.
building.
Agree.
right, because that looks like a brick.
okay. Sidus Mase. And so, I did want to ask this question. So, where in the 60s, so around this time, where did people buy records or music?
Okay, that was an initial question you had before we started the streaming. I think we used to go to the townhouse,
Townhouse. Yes.
Okay.
and the songs that I played back in the 60s came from my cousin Freddie Benavente that was drafted into the army, and he used to send me albums from Hawaii. So I was the first band that used to play the Ventures, which is very hot back then. It's an instrumental band.
Oh,
So we used to do like Walk, Don't Run, Wipe Out, things of that nature back in the 60s. There's Ronnie. That's Bobby's brother. He was our drummer at the time, and Jose was our bass player, which he still has his 64 precision Fender bass. And behind Jose playing the bass is Ben Cruz's brother named Frankie.
all right. And Roman, you could play the Ventures, the pipeline to the note.
That's right.
He was
Yeah, we
perfect.
tried to, but we were so illiterate when it comes to music. We just play by ear. So I taught the guys all the chords and stuff like that, and how to do the rhythm and the bass, and even
so good at it.
even though the drummer the type of beat that we wanted, just like the Benson will Walk, Don't Run or stuff like that. So, but even up to now, I still don't know how to read music, so I'm so lazy when it comes to that. If I can't play it, I don't need to read anything else because it comes naturally to me.
Ah,
Nice. By ear.
So, Senor, what again was the name of your band at
The
this time?
highlights.
The Highlights. Okay, so for my girlfriend's family is they're another musical family, the Bonio Perez family,
Oh yeah,
And
they're
so-
from the one
so-
from the parish where they had the old girl band.
No, that's a different Paris band. This is
Okay,
the
got it.
Paris is the. Do you remember the Cascals?
Yes, the Cascals,
Yes.
I think. Yeah.
They're-
Are they from Sinanya or Ghana
Oh, yes.
Heights?
Or from Totu. So
Oh, Toto, yeah. Ronald
Ghana-
Francis were probably the drummer at the time.
yes,
Yeah,
very
I
close to
remember
the
the
Franco
band.
family.
Yeah.
And so I'm doing a research project for them because did your band ever participate in battles of the bands at that time?
Oh, boy.
Yes.
Yes.
When we
Yes.
first started, it was at the Pansy Theater Far East, right by Tommy's Bakery. That's the first time we had a battle of the bands. We didn't place any, and I was playing all the Vincent song, and everybody was gathering around us just to see where's this music coming from because they never heard it in Guam. And that's because my cousin Freddie from Hawaii just mailed it to me, and we knocked it right out. So yes, but then later on, we won a band contest with other bands that I was part of. We won the first place trophy down in I think it's by Anigua. I forgot that big center there. We used to do cockfights in that place. Just going up towards Maina, a rec center or something. So we got a fourth place, and we got first place trophy for showmanship. At that time, it was Frank Camacho, Kenny Concepcion from Manilo, and Lujan, David Lujan. I think he passed away already. He used to work with the court. He was our bass player. The bass is bigger than David.
Si Zeus Masi, senor. I look forward. Senora, on another occasion, I may reach out to you just to learn more about the music scene in those days.
Okay, got it. Cousin Rosita, she just passed away.
Oh,
Rosita
yeah.
Dueñas. Her married name is Santo Tomas.
Look at me with the bow in the middle.
The teeth on the hair.
Those were the tease days.
Those were Jacqueline Kennedy's. Remember her
Oh.
hairstyle? Everybody was copying her.
Oh, and so, Senora Julie, where did you go to get your hair done in those days?
He did it
Did you do it?
himself.
I do it
Oh, you did it at
myself.
home.
She's
With
very.
lots of spray cans.
She was always very meticulous about her hair
I love to do French twists, and
and teeth.
tease. And those were the days when the higher the beehive, the better.
Well, I can't help but
She was very
notice that
doo-doo.
it was like a waist 23 that you are
Yeah,
wearing.
waist 23.
Oh,
Yeah, Professor Julie had the smallest waistline among the three ladies in the family. She had a very tiny waistline.
Roman was dancing with me at a dance one evening, and he said, "Man, I can put my hands on your my hand on your waistline. I can cup it." I remember that.
Well, I claim the fifth.
I claim the fifth. Claim the fifth.
Senora, Linda Calvo, who is watching Hungan. That
Yeah, I
the bride,
Linda.
the bride is your cousin Guadalupe. The family confirmed that that's your cousin Guadalupe.
That's good. Yes, nice.
Yeah. That's Greg and the wife and my
Oh.
sister.
What's that? You almost look like my
Down.
net sister. I really
Greg
almost
Camacho.
look my net,
Oh, that's me.
eh,
John my rhythm player,
Tomas.
and my cousin Tommy Benavente.
Tommy
He's a
Younger.
retired Marine living in Oceanside, California.
wow. Tomas.
Yeah, Tommy's
Okay.
brother was the second Chamorro that was killed in Vietnam in 1965.
Yeah.
Wow.
David.
I'll
Si
just-
Jaime Fernando. Adito
John
Adinanya
Santos, John.
John.
Oh,
Eh, but then took si Roman.
Agasa,
sharp high
Ay,
nose.
si Macana is
Except-
like somebody I know.
Bulenso.
That's
so,
Mom's nose.
Wait, and so Roman, we have a question. How old are you in the pictures here?
Probably 16, maybe.
Between 15 and 16. He
Because-
started playing really young.
Yeah.
Mm.
Possible that he was only 15.
Mhm.
If he's 63, I was closer to 16, depending on what month.
Yeah, right. Ooh, that's our
yes,
late.
their baby
Peter.
brother.
Yeah, he passed
Peter on
away.
the left. Far left.
And I remember he was very close to Bobby, who's married to our cousin, the other Peter Benavente.
They were close.
They were very close.
They were
three of them.
classmates in school, I think.
Yeah. And the middle one is our first cousin from our mom's side, Tommy
Tommy.
Leon Guerrero, Anderson Leon Guerrero.
And that's
And then on the right side is Francisco, but he goes by Anki or
Frankie.
Frank or Frankie.
I'm quite surprised that he didn't become a priest because he started wearing the cross early on.
There's
I
Anki.
don't
Hi,
think-
Anki.
yeah, that's you. Salute.
Yeah, and you're
salute.
saluting.
Salute.
You should have been a chaplain in the army, Anki. Look at
I
you,
love his
so
footwear.
thin, and you have a rosary around your neck.
Don't you just love his footwear?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
he
the-
That
sported
is a real
Zoris
tomorrow.
really well.
The
That's the
famous
style back
Zori.
then. That's the style.
Dress
Aiden.
up, right? And then wear Zoris for your foot gear.
Just like here, you wear a suit
Love
and
that.
then
Well, he was lucky because when I was growing up, we don't wear any shoes or not even Zori. We're barefoot.
and,
Running around.
and shirtless. Too hot.
Mm. Señor Francisco, ¿cuántos años este, señor Anki?
Hanggang 10 años o sino 11 años. Uno que dos.
Okay.
63 10 años o 63 pues 64 no 11 años.
Okay. Ko sinyon confirm señor ko pumali ha pat sumindalo ha. Pumali pat sumindalo manu itsalan mo na gilina
Wala
lang.
mikon or dumahodakon.
Ayun umasagwal dyan si Mary Lou Villanueva. Sige akumbensyo na pa di halom gisendalo. Pa di halom gihalom.
Ay, Anki.
Yeah.
Ay, manaza na komentos po sa bisangan storyata dyan sa Guamo.
Esta ako naman.
Okay, who's professor? Nanga
Okay.
sa bisangan niyo, Iasaguana na. She was one of my best friends in junior high school. And you know how they met? Because she used to live around where we lived over at Kaiser across the basketball court, Dededo Junior High at the time. And so she would walk with me because our home was closer to the bus stop than her home. And so Anki saw her with me and said, "Hey, Dorothy May Hagåtña, who is that?" And I said, "Never mind. It's my girlfriend. Don't mess with her. Don't you dare mess with my girlfriend. Leave her alone." Ay, de professor. Cartman después y
They got
dos.
married.
They got married, lie.
Ay, day.
Which is a good thing. It's a good thing.
Hey,
And they're still married, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Diba.
Solid.
50 years. 50 years.
Solid, Anki.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Hey, I beat you. I have 58 years. Yay. Yay. Not quite an exciting. Yay.
Hey, Uncle Tom Cruise.
Yes.
What he's doing there looks like he's trying to make a cross for the sepultura.
No, I think he's trying to make a grill.
No, but you should see the cross there.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Okay.
You're right. With the cross on the side.
Make it a eagle, yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
I think he's straightening out a rebar or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
That could be for the barbecue pit too.
Or
Yeah.
you could put it in between the foundation there, so you can pour the cement, so it'd be a lot stronger by putting the
Oh, that's
rebar.
right. Yeah, they'll make it sturdy. Yes, that makes sense. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, Delfina.
Delfina, right.
Yes, she passed
Cruz.
away.
What, Delfina Cruz?
Right. Yeah, that's Ben Cruz's younger sister.
Mm.
She used
And
to be
so-
a resident of Arizona in Phoenix.
Yes.
Oh.
She's resting in Arizona.
Oh, I
She
didn't
she
know.
lived
Yeah,
in
she married a Marine
I remember that.
and moved to the mainland.
So John, for these pictures, were you just taking, would you ask people to take, if you could take their picture? Did people invite you to take their picture, or?
I probably asked.
Mm.
I had the camera with me all the time. And I just enjoyed taking pictures, and everybody wanted their picture taken. You know, it wasn't, nobody shied away from it. So that encouraged me to take more pictures.
Yeah.
And so I'd
Yeah.
ask, you know, and some people were more willing than others, but
No,
there
it's
was never a problem with it.
Oh, Agnes, Delfina's younger sister.
Yes. Yes. Agnes.
Yeah,
She's a blonde now. Mm.
but I
Ozzy,
remember.
Ozzy Nenige.
I don't know.
I don't know who's the baby.
Maybe
Maybe
our relatives will remember though.
yeah. Oh yeah. Right. There's
That's
Agnes
again.
Mhm.
and blonde. Maybe.
Oh, there's Lori and Bobby.
Yeah.
Lorraine and
Kelsey's,
Bobby.
daughters.
Yes.
Those were the girls there with the on the picture when Ben and Guadalupe got married.
Yes.
Those are the two girls. That's our brother Peter, our baby brother.
That's Peter. Wow, man. Yeah.
Michael, show the picture of the bird.
Oh,
Oh,
oh wow. We don't have any more birds.
I was walking with Diana when I took this picture, and she says, that's a very rare photograph to get because the birds were so rare there.
Mhm.
I didn't know that. And I'm not even sure that I was taking a picture of the bird itself. I think I was looking at the tree more than anything. But then later I said, she pointed out that there was a bird there and said, wow, that's a very, very rare occurrence to see a
Looks
bird.
like
Yeah, they
Like
look
a
like a
white
dog.
dog.
It
Uh-huh.
looks
It's a
like
white.
a tsungi.
That's why it's rare, because it looked like a, if you're into religion, you might say it was the Holy Spirit. Because
Yeah.
it's a dog.
true.
It
That's
looks like
true.
the tsungi, the white fairy tern.
Yeah.
Yes. That's
And
me.
so
Yeah.
Yeah,
it would be pretty rare in Dededo village.
yeah, precisely.
They
This
stay by
might-
the coast. They stay by
This
the
might
coast.
not have been, this might not have been in Dededo.
Oh, okay.
This might have been somewhere else on the island.
Oh.
It could have been Paseo de Susana,
Not
Oh,
with that
one
big
of
tree.
Diana's favorite places.
They don't have big trees down in Paseo.
Hmm.
oh. And here we go. This is
That's our house.
That's our house
Right
in
after
Dededo.
the typhoon. And there's our 57 Studebaker, where everybody
I
got in.
drove that, and Roman told on me and woke up my dad.
Oh, you went for a joyride.
wait,
My
Senora
dad didn't want
Paramano, how?
Right?
Paramano, how were you
It's
gonna
just joy
go?
riding with my best friend Maria.
Mona Pumalavant, man.
My
Ay,
dad never wanted me to drive until I got married, and that's a automatic, so it's easy to drive. But I never drove. He didn't want me to get married. I mean, to drive until I got married. And my husband taught me how to drive a stick shift, a deck shift. That's how I learned. Standard. Imagine.
So, Dr. Miguel, if you notice, our house survived the typhoon, and we cleaned up our ironwood tree in the front, the tungkungagu, and I think the pine tree. So I think we lost about 14 tins on the top. So I had to go to the plaza because it flew quite a distance. And me and my cousin, John Leon Guerrero, his dad was my mom's brother and a carpenter. So we scrounged up all the tin, and then we went up and put it on the roof. I think we only lost about 8 or 10 of them. So we were
This
so
is
lucky.
1962, and I remember my dad and I, and maybe you, Roman, we took my bed and we used it just to brace the wall from caving in from the typhoon.
Right.
That's my room there. The first
see a lot of thin roofs, hitting the ground and the sparks coming out because of the intensity of the wind blowing the stuff and people's roofs flying over.
So how many rooms in a house like this?
I think there's got like 3 bedrooms, but we
3
stacked
huge.
up.
3
right
huge.
here, this side of the picture is our porch. That's where a lot of the guys that are walking the street would stop by, and my sister Diana back then would start teaching them dance lessons. This was prior to the typhoon, because my sister knows how to dance, and then for their prom, the guys from Dededo will come to the house, and Diana, we had a telefunken back then, and we went 5 RPM, and then Diana would teach them how to do the jitterbug or the swing.
Or the cha-cha.
Michael, the 3 bedrooms are huge. You can put 2 beds, maybe possibly sometimes 3, a single beds, and we share the room.
But
back then there's always 2 to a bed anyway.
The smallest bedroom was in the porch.
Right.
That long porch, at the end of that long porch was the smallest bedroom.
That's me and Piling used to
But you could put a bunk bed.
Yes, bunk beds. Yeah.
Piling and I actually have that room.
Oh, there's the
tent city.
And so tell us more about the tent cities. So this was created after the typhoon?
Karen, 62.
Correct.
And so just temporary tents and shelters built, and then people stayed in them.
Right.
Right.
That's how
That is
Kaiser
the
housing.
cursor to building the Kaiser, which is in the same area where they built the Kaiser homes. Right after they tore that thing down, the government started building the Kaiser homes. I think back then you could own one for about $8,000 brand new.
And so this, John, this says Diana's. Is this where Diana lived?
I believe so. Yes, on the end. I can't tell who that is in the doorway there, but
Looks like there's somebody. Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, that was
kids. Maybe
I
one of
believe that
the
was
kids.
hers.
Oh, I didn't know.
It might have been me there because they're too young back then.
Yeah.
That was probably me at the door.
So these are some aerial pictures. So John, how did you get aerial pictures of Dededo?
I did occasionally do some helicopter flying with to take photographs of probably some naval installations or something. And this particular day, the pilot said, "Well, we've got some extra time. Is there anything you want to shoot?" And I said, "Well, let's go to Dededo Village." And he flew over the village, and I got 2 pictures in that I have left. I don't know if I'd taken more or not, but I took those 2 pictures thanks to the pilot. And then I developed them back. We were shooting cameras that had a 10-inch square film surface. So it was a big camera that you had to hang out of the helicopter, hold the camera with both hands, and shoot the picture. But you can see the detail on these is quite phenomenal. You can see Elsie's store there in the upper rightish, and the little shack that I was living in is kind of right almost next to it.
Where's Elsie's store there? Up there?
Upper right
Okay.
down there.
Okay.
That's Elsie's.
Oh, there you go.
That's what I thought.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, the
Right.
corner. Yeah, they're at the corner.
Yeah.
Right there.
I was looking at it.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
tell us
ooh,
about
corner.
tell us
Famous
about
corner.
Elsie's. Tell us about Elsie's, because I've never heard of Elsie's famous
Oh.
corner before.
A lot of very pretty girls work there, and a lot of boys from all over Hagåtña, Barrigada,
Even the southern end of Guam that come over.
Mighty. They come because of the girls.
And of course, chamaritas are always very lovely, beautiful,
So
pretty.
they make good money because they're constantly playing the jukebox, and we're dancing as they're playing, and then they play pool.
Mhm.
Yes, those were the days. Wow. Constant in, they're just hanging out, drinking beer. At the time, they do have a beer bar there for them to drink beer too.
Ambi Professor Maandidi Famalawan. They're flirting with the ladies.
Mm. Oh, no, who
It was a
comprende?
magnet for the guys.
I don't
I think,
remember that part.
And then they have like a gang wars, chain gang. Yeah, they fight over the girls, but they don't want the other villagers to invade their women.
Mm. Oh, we have a question from a viewer, si Diyos Masi, Senora Lillian Cruz, ni Umeega Ginin San Lago. And who owned Elsie's store? So
And
who's
the Elsie Benavente.
See, John and Elsie Santos Benavente. My father's youngest brother owns that store.
Ah, okay. And then Bobby Benavente says that she believes that the building is still standing up until today.
I think so.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
I was in Guam 5 years ago and we're still there.
They
Wow.
built it extremely well.
Wait, and so John, you lived near this, behind this, or near Elsie's, or?
Behind.
Towards,
I
yeah, it
actually
was
up the
in
road.
the rear. In the rear.
Oh, okay.
The
Behind that. Yeah, if
Yeah,
you're
that's
just
the shack that he rented from Uncle Tom.
No, this is even just all that you have shared today is so important, because for the young people today, it's common for people to think, oh, that the way things are now is the way things have always been. But even just
No.
describing how the jukebox, that back in those days, if you wanted to listen to music, you had to go to a jukebox, or
put
you
in a
had to-
quart.
yeah, and then somebody has commented that they were so poor they couldn't buy records, so they borrowed a reel-to-reel recorder and then just recorded next to the jukebox while it played.
Oh,
Ungan, that's
nice.
true.
Dr. Michael, just for information purposes, where you see Elsie's dress shop, later on, I don't know whether it's later or prior to that, that used to be Benny's dress shop. Benny's dress shop was in Dededo, right behind Bobby's house on the corner. That used to be Benny's dress shop, and I think they moved to this place later on, or prior to this Elsie's dress shop.
And Roman, that's where my
perspective.
dress was made, behind our house in Dededo, the
Right,
Benny's.
that's Benny's dress shop.
Yeah. She
Filipino
did
lady.
my wedding dress. She did all the handmade, all the pearls and
The
all,
veil and all that.
everything from there. Right. Yes.
And Benny's dress shop, that was behind Bobby Benavente's
That's
home
what I
house.
stated earlier. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
what he said.
but I'm trying to say that she also, Benny also made my red, like a ball gown for my sweet 16th birthday.
Oh,
Oh, so you have a quinceanera. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, 16 though, 16.
I know. In Espanol, it's quinceanera.
But quinceanera's
It's
15.
15.
I know.
Yeah.
That's his, what's his,
Yeah, Diana Marie insisted on throwing me a sweet 16th birthday because I was such a good girl back then.
Aw.
Wow.
we have a
Well,
few
Back
more,
then, I'm B.
Back then.
we have a few more minutes, but I did want to share some more images. And John, if you don't mind talking about this, because this is a beautiful image of Hagåtña. in the early
Oh, yeah.
60s. And so you can see the buildings that are still here, the post
That
office,
been built.
the Guam Congress building, the cathedral. In
Okay.
this park right here, this is where my work is now, the Guam Museum, right
Eh,
there.
Doctor, isn't the police station not far from there too?
Oh yes, again, the police station is right over
there
here.
by the post office.
Oh
yeah.
yes, right over here.
Yeah.
And then this building, which was named for the late Governor Manny Guerrero, this unfortunately has been bulldozed.
Wow.
Oh,
Oh, too bad. So
Oh.
what was built in place of it?
Tadza, it's an empty lot
Ay.
now.
Ay.
But
Oh, wow.
lastima.
I know.
I do not think that I took this picture, but I'm not
you-
sure.
Oh, you don't? Oh, it was in your disc. It's a beautiful
Yes.
picture. You can
Yes,
just take
but-
credit for it.
Yeah, you were up in a helicopter.
Yes, I shot this picture.
There you go. So this is
Ooh.
for
That's me again.
Two beauties,
Oh,
Diana
This is
Marie and
for-
Julie.
Amando Batus thing.
over the Hagåtña Fandango Roman
After our Academy for Lady.
It was
Yeah.
at the church.
Academy
must be the
for
Academy.
Lady. Yes.
again. This is this is for a first communion.
Oh,
Either that or Christmas or something. Look at the first communion.
it looks
yeah.
like First Communion. Look at the veils; they're all white.
But
Yeah.
look at this kid wearing something very different. The two
Mm,
boys.
I see. Yeah. Look at them,
Pictures.
like angels.
Again.
I don't recognize them. That's
Okay.
Diana,
No.
and
See James Michael, no, how's it?
I'm not sure who's the one on the
You know what?
left.
That might be the commadre. She lives in Phoenix, in Scottsdale, Arizona. Lulaine something from.
Oh, Guevara.
Yeah, Guevara. Yeah, I think that's
Lorraine
her.
Guevara holding
Lorraine or
James
Lorraine?
Michael.
Yeah, there
No,
are commadres.
Lulaine. You know how I know it's Lorraine Guevara? Because
Yeah, I've met
Maria
her several
Lulane's,
times in
Oh,
Scottsdale.
that's how she got
Yeah.
her name.
that's how Maria Lulaine, the oldest
Right.
twin, got her name Lolaine from that
Yeah,
lady.
they
They
were.
were very,
I think they were classmates at the Academy for Our Lady. Then Diana went to GW.
Mm.
Mm.
Oy, beautiful pictures.
Oh, look
Yeah.
at the Sisters of Mercy.
Yeah.
Sisters of Mercy, yes.
could
With
be
Yeah,
too.
they are.
the habits, yes, white habits. Yeah.
Again, and I think for many people watching today, it was lovely and joyful to see all of this, because for those who were there, we had many people say that's my, that's so, who have been watching have said that's my my relative. I remember her. I know them. They remember these times, these places. But for those who are younger, this is a time, when Guam was smaller than it is today, when people were largely closer, families were closer than they are today. Because, and so I think it was nice for people to see this, to look back sort of into the 1960s in Guam and in those days. And so we are just about out of time. I wanted to give the Benavente family, I wanted to give you a chance if you wanted to share any final thoughts sort of on how you feel looking back again at sort of your family and life in the village 60 years ago, almost 60 years ago. And then because one of my goals, one of my hopes is that eventually we can take these images and then have an exhibit. We can reprint them large and have an exhibit either at the Guam Museum or in the village of Dededo itself, but just to keep these stories, keep it alive, keep this history alive. And so whoever would like to share from the Benavente family.
Okay, Dorothy, you are our spokesperson.
Uh-oh.
She's always doing the eulogy for the family.
Well, what I'd like to say is that and I have already voiced this previously in the beginning of this session, but John A. Kurtz, on behalf of my family, especially my siblings, and even on behalf of my late sister, Diana Marie, we are extremely grateful for all that you've done for us through pictures. The memories will always be preserved because of your diligence and your attitude about really enabling us to preserve those memories. Had you not taken all these photos, we wouldn't know that such events had gone before us. I mean, the memories are there in our minds, but it's so much better when you see it in black and white. And so on behalf of the family, we really thank you. And I want to say that my brother Roman is extremely gifted in music. Although he barely reads notes, if any, he's extremely humble. So Professor Michael Bevacqua know that he's extremely humble, and he really can play a lot of those ventures albums, music. And my sister Julie is humble as well. Those two used to compete a lot when they were growing up.
Competitive.
Very competitive, our family.
Academically.
But they're competitive scholastically, not musically. And
Oh, that's
also,
good.
just know that I am grateful, John, because I remember you very well. My sister, who was like our surrogate mother, like Roman said earlier, she's the one who actually really raised me. And that's why I was always there when you were around, because I lived, if you remember, John, I lived with Diana Marie. And I have memories of my sister. And I would like to have this printed in black and white for me to keep. And I'm sure her children would like that too. So thank you very, very much. And for my brother Frankie, there's some precious photos there, Anki, of you. And I'm really grateful, John. Thank you for everything. Thank you, Michael, Professor
Yes.
Michael Bevacqua, Bobby, Megay Guinaiza. Lots of love. Bendition, blessings, prayers, tinaitay. I am forever grateful to you, Bobby, for having us come together with John A. Kurtz and Professor Michael Bevacqua. Sizu usmaasi. Don't
Siguro si Lukwi, un corazon, un guinainsa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sidus Maasi, Michael,
Oh no,
Professor.
Hamzu.
Thank you.
Dr. Michael Bevacqua, especially you, John, taking all these beautiful pictures, beautiful memories. Thank you
I'm going to
again.
send you
very much.
a message on either Facebook or Messenger. I would really like to, and I'll pay for the shipping and handling and whatever you want to charge me, but I need a copy of what you sent Dr. Michael. Because for some reason, I only counted 90 of those photos every time I go into the link that you sent me. So we can talk about that separately. But if you can do the same thing that you sent to Michael, a copy of that, I'll be eternally grateful to you.
Okay, send me your address.
I will send you a message. I'll PM you.
Okay.
I will really appreciate it also, John.
Me too.
Likewise. Thank you.
So if
Well-
I get it, what I can do is share with you people. I can do all the machinations of how you get the stuff, and you
Okay.
can put
All
it
right.
on
We
your.
appreciate
You
it.
can do
Yes.
what we call a slideshow when you get it. Just plug in your thumb drive in your computer and
That's
you
beautiful.
good go.
Perfect.
Yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
I can
Yes.
do that for you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you,
No,
John.
thank you. Thank
Thank you,
you.
Dr. Mike.
It's been wonderful seeing everybody again. And thank you,
You
Michael.
too, John. One of these days we should get together.
Yeah, we'll have a reunion, a real reunion. We'll have a fiesta.
Yeah, if you
And
come.
we'll let
have a-
Roman play.
We have a
Yes.
Fandango.
Yes. If you
And
come.
you know what? If I
Yeah.
hit the jackpot or the lotto, we will bring all of us to Guam and have a big celebration.
There you go.
All right.
Wouldn't that be wonderful?
It'll be
Yes. That'll be nice.
wonderful.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I
I
want to acknowledge Bobby San Nicolas Benavente, Dunkle na si Zeus Masit Selu.
Yes, Bobby.
Yeah,
Thank
Bobby.
you for reaching out to us.
Yeah.
Ay de sidus mase hamzu todos. And so if you've enjoyed this episode, remember that as you hear more about this project, as these images, if you are interested in helping make an exhibit of these images possible, please let me know, because we'll be looking for community partners to help make it possible. But to John, pari familian Benavente, hunayam zud sidus masi, donklo na sidus masi pari fanatun midzu. Thank you so much for joining. This has been a very special episode of Fanatsu. Adios.
Thank you for your time. All you guys.
Thank you
Thank
all.
you. Bye, John.